Hello and welcome back to day 2 of Love's Labour's Lost here on Shakesyear. Today we get to hear from Berowne in Act 1, Scene 1. And if you remember, Berowne is one of 3 guys who has sworn along with King Ferdinand that he will spend 3 years in the court of Navarre, or in the town or whatever of Navarre, studying. King Ferdinand, Berowne, Longueville, and Dumaine have all sworn to this agreement, or they've chatted about this agreement. And yesterday we had the king sort of recounting that the agreement exists and that they're all going to stay and study for 3 years, and he just needs everybody to sign the documents so that they're all on the same page. And Dumaine signs off and Longueville signs off, and then Berowne says, "I can but say their protestation over. So much, dear liege, I have already sworn, that is, to live and study here 3 years. But there are other strict observances, as not to see a woman in that time, which I hope well is not enrolled there, and 1 day in a week to touch no food, and but 1 meal on every day beside, the which I hope is not enrolled there. And then to sleep but 3 hours in the night, and not be seen to wink of all the day, when I was wont to think no harm all night, and make a dark night too of half the day, which I hope well is not enrolled there. Oh, these are barren tasks, too hard to keep, not to see ladies, study, fast, not sleep." So what he's doing here is calling out some of the weird little, like fine print type clauses that are in this agreement about all of them studying. They are not supposed to see women, not supposed to date women. They're not supposed to physically lay eyes on women for 3 years, much less talk to or date or sleep with or any of that sort of thing. They're supposed to eat 1 meal a day, but then once a week they're supposed to fast for 24 hours. And then they're also only supposed to sleep for 3 hours every night, but they're not allowed to show that they're tired at all during the day, when Berowne describes himself as somewhat of a night owl. So he's like, these are gonna get broken. They're gonna get broken. And the king and Longueville and Dumaine are all like, "You swore to this, you agreed to this before." And he's like, "No, then I was kidding around, because seriously, how can this be a thing? And by the way, what are we even studying here?" And the king is like, "Well, we're going to learn the things that we don't know." And Berowne is like, "Okay, if these clauses remain in here, I'm going to spend my 3 years studying how I can sleep with women behind your back without anybody knowing about it, where I can go and find food when I'm starving to death because I'm only allowed to eat once a day, and how to try to keep this pact with you, not break my oath, but also not break my honor or lose my wits," all that kind of thing. He's like, that's the only way that this is gonna work. And the king is like, "Yes, but those are just vain delights of the flesh. Like, you can forget about them easily." And Berowne has more to say on that topic, and that's tomorrow's monologue. So I will see you then for that. Are you like, okay, so somebody says to you, "Come and live with me in this beautiful, beautiful paradise and study for 3 years, but you're only allowed to sleep 3 hours a night, eat once a day, 6 times a week, and not see people of the gender to which you are attracted." Do you sign up for that agreement? I don't know. Depends how much you value knowledge, I guess. Anyway, Berowne has more thoughts, and we will learn more of those thoughts tomorrow. See you then.